Nazirullah Mohsin. Welcome to my lecture. Today's lecture is devoted to a topic which always puts students in a big confusion. That is the difference between predicate, complement, and object. Before we can talk directly about predicate, complement, and object, we need to talk about three types of verbs in English grammar. They are transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, and linking verbs. Why is it important to learn these three kinds of verbs in English grammar? As you will see, each of these three kinds of verbs is related to a particular type of sentence complement. And second, when we are talking about changing an active voice into passive voice, then we say we can only change transitive verbs into passive voice. Intransitive verbs and linking verbs cannot be changed into passive voice. That's why it's necessary to learn what transitive verbs are, what intransitive verbs are, and what linking verbs are. Let's take a look at each. Transitive verb. A transitive verb is a verb which needs an object. Without using an object, the meaning of an intransitive verb is incomplete. What is an object? In this lecture, I'm going to talk about object with details, but simply an object is a noun or pronoun that receives the action of a transitive verb. Without using an object, the meaning of an intransitive verb is incomplete. It sounds incomplete if there is not any object after a transitive verb. Look at the example. I ate a mango. The verb in this sentence is ate, which is the second form of the verb eat, and the subject of the sentence is I. If I simply say I ate, so there is a question, what? You ate what? So without using the object in this sentence, the sentence is incomplete. So a mango, which is a noun, is considered as an object in this sentence because it completes the meaning of the verb. I ate a mango. So the verb ate is a transitive verb in this sentence. Why? Because it needs an object in this sentence. Without using an object, the meaning of this sentence is incomplete. That's why we should use an object after transitive verb, and it is a transitive verb in this sentence. Number two, intransitive verbs. An intransitive verb is a verb that doesn't need any object. You might know that the prefix in English usually means not. It takes the meaning of a word and reverses it or negates it. So intransitive verbs mean not transitive. So in transitive verbs, we say transitive verbs need objects, and intransitive verbs don't need objects. Without using any object, the meaning of an intransitive verb is still complete. It gives a complete meaning without using any noun or pronoun after the verb. Look at the example. Ali laughed. This is a very short sentence made up of two words. One is subject and another one is verb. Ali is subject of the sentence and laughed is the verb, second form of the verb laugh. Ali laughed. Without using any noun or pronoun after the verb laugh, still the meaning of the sentence is complete. Ali laughed. There is not any need of asking any question. What did Ali laugh or whom did Ali laugh? There is not any need of asking any question. That's why the meaning of the sentence is complete. So we can say that the verb laugh in this sentence is an intransitive verb because it doesn't need any object. Without using any object, still the meaning of the sentence is complete. Number three, linking verbs. A linking verb is a verb that links the subject to another word in a sentence. How can you isolate a linking verb in a sentence? You can recognize a linking verb by the fact that what follows the linking verb and the subject of the linking verb are in some way the same. How? Look at the example. Example, Ahmad is a teacher. Now, the subject of the sentence is Ahmad and the verb is to be verb, which is. Ahmad is a teacher. If you look at this sentence, there are two equal parts in this sentence. One is Ahmad and a teacher. Ahmad and a teacher, both of the parts refer to one person, teacher and Ahmad. There is not any other person. Both of the parts of the linking verb, the subject of the linking verb and what follows the linking verb are in some way the same. They refer to one person. So is a linking verb. It only links, it equates two parts of the sentence. In the definition, we said a linking verb is a verb that links the subject to another word. It only links the subject to the part which follows the linking verb. The most common linking verbs are to be verbs, and I have mentioned some other linking verbs as well. They are act, appear, seem, taste, feel, turn, and a few more. These verbs are called linking verbs because they equate the two parts of the sentence. The subject of the linking verb and the part that follows the linking verb. Look at the second example. Ali looks sad. Once again, the verb in this sentence is looks. The subject of the sentence is Ali, and what follows the linking verb is an adjective. Ali looks sad. So now the two parts, Ali and sad, both of the parts refer to one person, sad and Ali. If I replace this linking verb with the to be verb, I can say Ali is sad. Ali looks sad. It has the similar meaning of Ali is sad. So all the linking verbs give the meanings same like a to be verb. If you replace a linking verb with a to be verb, still you can take the similar meaning. So linking verbs only equate the two parts of the sentence. Now, the second part of the lecture is sentence complements. When the word complement is mentioned, directly it comes to the minds of people that complement means a subject complement. No, the word complement is a general term. It refers to the words or groups of words that complete the meaning of a sentence. And there are 5 types of sentence complements used in English grammar. They are andric objects, andric objects, object complements, predicate nominatives, or predicate adjectives. These 5 types of complements are called sentence complements. 3 of these sentence complements are used with action verbs, and 2 of them are used with stative verbs, with linking verbs, as we talked about the linking verbs in that section. So andric objects, andric objects, and object complements. These 3 sentence complements are used with action verbs, and predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives. Both of these sentence complements are called subject complements. There are 2 types of subject complements. One is a predicate nominatives, and the second type is predicate adjectives. So there are 5 types of sentence complements used in English grammar. 3 with the action verbs and 2 with the linking verbs or with stative verbs. Let's explain every one individually. Number 1, andric object. A noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb is called andric object. Andric object can either be a noun or pronoun and that receives the action of the transitive verb. It is called andric object. Without a noun or pronoun, if there is any adjective, it cannot be andric object. Andric object can only be a noun or pronoun, and the third condition is it receives the action of the transitive verb. If it is not affected by the transitive verb, it is not considered as an object. It receives the action of the transitive verb. What does it mean? It means it is affected by the transitive verb in the sentence. Example, Ali kicked the bucket. The subject of the sentence is Ali. The verb is kicked. And here is a noun which follows the verb kicked. That is the bucket. If we remove this noun, the bucket, so the sentence is Ali kicked. Ali kicked what? There is a question. A question occurs that what did Ali kick? So the meaning of the sentence is incomplete. That's why it is necessary to use one of the nouns to complete the meaning of the verb kick. So Ali kicked the bucket. So the bucket is a noun which receives the action of this transitive verb, which is affected by this verb. Who did the action? Ali did the action. What is the action? Kicking. So what is affected by the verb? What the action has been done on? It has been done on the bucket. So the bucket is an object in the sentence because it is a noun and it receives the action of the transitive verb kick. So kick is a verb which is transitive verb and the bucket is an object in the sentence. Look at the second example. Sarah respects her parents. The subject of the sentence is Sarah. The verb is respects. Sarah respects who? Her parents. So now once again, parents is a noun which follows the verb respects and completes the meaning of this verb. Sarah respects her parents. So her parents is an object in this sentence which completes the meaning of this verb. So respect is a verb which is transitive in this sentence, and her parents is the object of the sentence. And it is a andric object. Note, andric object answers the questions what and whom. If you want to easily find out the object of the sentence, andric object of the sentence, you should ask yourself what or whom. So the andric object answers the questions what or whom. If you ask the question what, andric object will answer your question. If you ask who, andric object will answer your questions. Now look at these examples again. Ali kicked the bucket. If you ask yourself, Ali kicked what? The bucket. So the word bucket answers your question. So we can say that the bucket is a andric object. Here, Sarah respects her parents. If we say Sarah respects, you should ask yourself, who? Sarah respects who? Sarah respects her parents. So the word parents answers your question whom. That's why we can say that parents is a direct object in this sentence. So direct objects answer two questions, what or whom. If you ask yourself what or whom, the parts that answer your questions are called direct objects. So a direct object is one of the type of sentence complements. The second type of the sentence complements are andric objects. An andric object is a noun or pronoun that names the person or thing something is done to or for. If something has been done to someone or something, or if something has been done for someone or something, so these are called andric objects. Example, Zaid gave a pen to Ali. In this example, the subject of the sentence is Zaid. Zaid is doing something. Zaid is performing something. That is the door of the action. And give is the verb, which is the second form of the verb give. Zaid gave. Zaid gave what? Ask yourself. The part that answers your question is called a direct object. Zaid gave what? A pen. So a pen is a direct object in this sentence. Now ask yourself, to what or to who? For what or for whom? Zaid gave a pen. To what or to whom? To Ali. So this part of the sentence answers your question to whom. So Ali is an andric object in this sentence. In the definition of an andric object, we can also say that andric object is an object which receives the action of the direct object, or we can also say that an andric object is an object which receives the action of the verb andrically. So all these three definitions are correct for andric object. If you want to easily find out what is an andric object in the sentence, you should ask four questions. To what? To whom? For what? And for whom. The part of the sentence which answers your one of these four questions is an andric object. When we want to make the sentences short with an andric object, we remove the preposition and bring the andric object between the verb and direct object. Like in this example, Zaid gave Ali a pen. Zaid gave a pen to Ali. We remove the preposition to and bring the andric object between the verb and direct object. The direct object of the sentence is a pen and gave is a verb, and Ali is an andric object. Still, it answers these four questions: to what, to whom, for what, and for whom. Zaid gave Ali a pen. Zaid gave what? A pen. A pen is a direct object. To whom? To Ali. So Ali is an andric object in this sentence. Look at the second example. I bought a car for Ahmad. I is the subject of the sentence. Bought is the verb, which is the second form of the buy. And a car is a direct object. Why? I bought what? A car. So a car answers my question, what? That's why we can say a car is a direct object. Now ask second question, for whom? For Ahmad. So the word Ahmad answers your question, for whom. So we can say Ahmad is an andric object in this sentence. I bought a car for Ahmad. Or if you want to make this sentence short, remove this preposition and bring Ahmad between the verb and a direct object. So I bought Ahmad a car. So the sentence will be like that. The third type of sentence complement is object complement. What is an object complement? A noun or an adjective that renames an object is called an object complement. Look at the example. The class elected Ali president. The class is the subject of the sentence. Elected is the verb, and Ali is the direct object. The class elected who? Ali. The class elected Ali president. Now the word president is a noun which completes the meaning of this object, which renames this object. The class elected Ali president. So the word president completes the meaning of the object Ali. So we can say that president is an object complement. Second example, he made her happy. We said that object complement can either be a noun or an adjective. So in second example, you can see an adjective. used as an adjective complement. He made her happy. He is the subject of the sentence, made is the verb, and her is a pronoun which receives the action, so it is considered as a Drake object. So the word happy is an adjective which completes the meaning of Drake object, so we consider it is an adjective complement. The number 4 type of sentence complement is a predicate nominative. A predicate nominative and a predicate adjective, both of these kinds of sentence complements are called subject complements. Predicate nominative is also called a predicate noun, a noun that renames the subject of a linking verb. One thing you should remember that the parts that follow the linking verbs are called subject complements. That can either be a noun or an adjective. A noun or an adjective that follows a linking verb in the sentence is called a subject complement. If that is a noun, it is called a predicate nominative. If that is an adjective, that is called a predicate adjective. Look at the definition. Predicate nominative is a noun that renames the subject of a linking verb. It only renames the subject of the linking verb. It is used to complete the meaning of the subject in a sentence. Example, they are teachers. They is the subject of the sentence, are is a verb. You should think, what type of verb is this? Is it a transitive verb, intransitive verb, or a linking verb? As we said, that a to be verb is the most common linking verb. So are is a linking verb, and this part in teachers is a noun which follows a linking verb. So this noun is called a predicate nominative, and generally it is called a subject complement. Why? Because it completes the meaning of the subject, they. So all the nouns that follow the linking verbs in sentences are called predicate nominatives, and all the adjectives that follow the linking verbs in sentences are called predicate adjectives. Number 5, predicate adjective, an adjective that modifies the subject of a linking verb. Once again, if an adjective is used after a linking verb and it modifies the subject, it refers to the subject back. It completes the meaning of the subject, so it is called a predicate adjective, and generally it is called a subject complement. Example, they are happy. They is subject, are is a verb which is a linking verb, and happy is an adjective. So the word happy completes the meaning of they, which is a subject of the linking verb. Or we can say that the word happy modifies the subject of the linking verb. So this word is called a predicate adjective, and generally it is called a subject complement. So the word happy and teachers are called subject complements. We talked about 5 types of sentence complements. They are Drake objects, andric objects, object complements, and subject complements. Then there are 2 types of subject complements: predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives. Now let's talk about the differentiation between predicate complement and object specifically. A sentence is made up of 2 parts. They are subject and a predicate. Then a predicate can be the combination of verb and complements. What is a complement then? A complement can either be a Drake object, an andric object, object complement, and subject complements, predicate nominatives or predicate adjectives. These 5 types of words can be used as complements when complements are used together with the verb. So the combination of complements and verb is called a predicate. Then the combination of the predicate and subject is called a sentence. What is a subject in the sentence? A subject is a part of the sentence which the predicate talks about, and a predicate is a part of the sentence which talks about the subject. Subject is a part of the sentence which a sentence talks about, or which a predicate talks about, and a predicate is a part of the sentence which talks about the subject. Predicate talks about the subject, and subject is a part of the sentence which that predicate talks about. What is a verb? A verb is a word which shows an action or a state of being. Verb shows 2 things: an action or a state of being. When a verb shows an action, these are called transitive and intransitive verbs. And when a verb shows a state of being, it is called a linking verb. What is a complement? A complement is a word or group of words that completes the thought begun by the subject and verb. Once again, I'm going to tell you that complement is a general term which refers to 5 different types of complements. And do not take the meaning of the subject complement from the word complement. Word complement is general. There are 5 types of complements. A Drake object can be a complement. An andric object can also be a complement. An object complement can also be a complement. And subject complements are also called complements. Do not specify the word complement to only subject complements. A subject complement is one of the type of complement, sentence complements. So what is an object? A noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. There are some of the characteristics of the object. How can you differentiate an object from the complement? So the characteristics of an object are: an object can be a noun or pronoun. Number two, it receives the action. It is affected by the verb. And number three, an object answers the questions what and whom. If a noun or pronoun is used after a transitive verb and it receives the action, it is affected by the verb and it answers the question what and whom. So that word is called an object, andric object. Look at these three examples. We will find out all these parts in these sentences. Sentence number one is Ali plays cricket. What is the subject? Ali. The person or the thing who performs the action is called the subject, or simply we can say that the doer of an action, when there is an action in the sentence, the doer of an action is called the subject if there is an action in the sentence. If there is a state, we shouldn't say then the doer of an action. We can easily say that a subject is a part of the sentence which a predicate talks about. Now, in this sentence, Ali is the subject of the sentence, and without the subject, the whole part is called a predicate. So, plays cricket is a predicate. As I said, a sentence is divided into two parts. One is subject, another one is predicate. So, Ali is the subject of the sentence, and plays cricket is the predicate. Then predicate is the combination of verb and complement. Let's analyze the predicate a little more. If we divide this predicate into parts, so we get one verb, plays is the verb in the sentence, and cricket is the andric object. So Ali is subject of the sentence, plays is the verb, and cricket is the andric object because the word cricket is affected by the verb plays. Ali plays what? Cricket. So cricket is a andric object. And without Ali, the whole part is called a predicate. Plays cricket is a predicate, and specifically Ali is a subject, plays is a verb, and cricket is a andric object. Number two, he is a student. He is the subject of the sentence, and without he, the whole part is called a predicate. So this is the predicate of the sentence. Once again, there is a verb and the predicate. And what is this part called? He is the subject of the sentence, is a linking verb. And what follows the linking verb can either be a predicate nominative or a predicate adjective. So you should think, is it a noun or an adjective? It is a noun. Student is a noun. It completes the meaning of the subject of the linking verb. So it is called a subject complement, and specifically a predicate nominative. So a student is a subject complement in this sentence. Subject complement. And specifically, what type of subject complement? A predicate nominative or a predicate noun. Look at the third example. He is the subject of the sentence and bought a ball for his classmates is the predicate of the sentence. This is the predicate. And specifically, he is a subject, bought is the verb, a ball is a andric object, and his classmates is an andric object. Because it receives the action of the andric object, or it receives the action of the verb andrically, or it answers the questions for who, for his classmates. He bought a ball. Who bought? He. He is the subject of the sentence, is performing something, and bought is the verb, the action that has been done. And he bought what? A ball. So a ball is andric object, and for who? His classmates. So his classmates is an andric object. We can also write this sentence like this. He bought his classmates a ball. So once again, a ball is andric object and his classmates is the andric object. Hope you learn the differentiation between a predicate, a complement, and object. So in the conclusion, we can say that every object can be a complement, a sentence complement, but every complement cannot be an object, because object can either be a noun or pronoun which receives the action. And a sentence complement, there are 5 types of sentence complements: andric object, andric object, object complement, and subject complements. So all these 5 kinds of complements are called sentence complements. So an object can be a complement, but every complement cannot be an object. Hope you learned the differentiation between a predicate, complement, and object. Thanks for watching.